Hi, hope you having a great week so far. This is Robert from RJM. We're a global supply chain and heavy equipment specialist recruiter. I just wanted to make this really short video to tell you about our weekly newsletter that's being released on LinkedIn, and just to share with you some of the content we've been releasing. You may want to go and have a look and check out the type of information we've been releasing on our newsletter, which is actually derived from the fact we're in the market every day talking to candidates and hiring companies. So we're releasing information about trends, topics that are coming up, challenges, how to overcome challenges. So if you're operating in supply chain or heavy equipment or in human resources or talent acquisition, perhaps you're building a team for the first time, you may find some of our content really beneficial to look at. So I just wanted to summarize what we've released so far. Now, firstly, we've released a complimentary ebook that covers the 9 key ways an external recruitment partner should be adding value to achieving hiring goals. So this is really a 7-page document that highlights how value should be added. So it could be really useful for somebody that's in the market on a job search, wondering how they can get the best out of the recruiter that's representing them in the market. Alternatively, of course, it'd be a fantastic checklist for a hiring company that's investing time and money into an external recruiter, just to make sure they're getting the best possible return on their investment. Moving on, we've got a summary regarding the Q1 2023 standout supply chain candidates that RJM has interviewed earlier this year. So these are the candidates that have really stood out. They're based in places like the UK, Hong Kong, mainland China, Bangkok, Singapore. So these are the best candidates from these areas that we have interviewed that really stood out. So these will be candidates that come from third-party logistics, there'll be commercial operations, sea freight, air freight, e-commerce, warehousing, in-house supply chain, and are currently available to explore career opportunities. Moving on, we've got supply chain candidates talking to us about their biggest challenges that they face in their current roles. So the biggest challenges, the biggest hurdles, and also frustrations they experience in their current roles, how they overcome them. So it could be really interesting for you to find out about what are the most common challenges they're facing. If you're a hiring candidate in the market to hire a sales hunter or commercial candidate in supply chain or heavy equipment, you might want to think again about what kind of recruitment methodology you use to identify and attract the right candidate for your business. How candidates view these roles, what their main concerns are, even to go to an interview for this role. Again, it might be really interesting for you to learn about what these points are. Next, we've got supply chain clients telling us about their biggest challenges and problems in 2023. Again, it could be great for you to see if you're in sync and in alignment with the challenges that are most coming up in the market. We've also got an article covering industry news in the supply chain arena in the UK, connecting to commercial and operational talent. Again, this is 4PL, 3PL, air freight, sea freight, warehousing specializations as a result of a retained search that RJM recently completed. Moving on, we've got managers shouldn't be automatically blamed for staff turnover, and how it seems that this is really the status quo. It's always the manager's fault when someone leaves the team, but actually we're identifying other factors that are outside their control that really should be taken into consideration. If you're a heavy equipment hiring company, there's an article here about employers needing to change and to redesign attractive organisational culture and employment brands, but many are still too old school, and how this is holding them back from attracting all that great talent out there. Now, future newsletters that you can look forward to are candidates practicing collaboration are in high demand, but how real are hiring companies in this area? So there's an article coming out in the next few days about that, covering are hiring companies promoting collaboration, but are they practicing it? And if they're not, this can actually have a detrimental effect on the new hires that they bring to the business. Now, lastly, we've also got an article coming out about employee engagement for supply chain businesses and why this is the real winner with regards to staff retention. So that's a little bit about what we've released and what we're about to release in terms of content topics that you could benefit from. Feel free to subscribe. Look forward to any comments that you may have. And thanks very much for listening.